Every year around the same time, your body starts reacting. Sneezing, runny nose, itchy eyes, congestion that just won't go away. And you might think it's just allergies, it's the pollen, it's the season. But here's a question I really want you to think about. If it really is just the environment, why do some people suffer every year, while others don't react at all? Healing is like tending a garden, and in every video we water the roots. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Amy, a traditional Chinese medicine doctor guiding you to understanding your body, restore balance, and heal naturally. Today we're talking about seasonal allergies, not just what they are, but why your body reacts the way it does. In modern terms, allergies are seen as an immune overreaction. In TCM, we see it differently. We ask, why is the body reacting so strongly in the first place? Because the truth is, the environment is just one part of the story. The other part is the strength of your body. In traditional Chinese medicine, seasonal allergy is often related to weak defensive qi, lung system imbalance, and very commonly seen, spleen deficiency. Your body has a protective layer, like an invisible shield. In TCM, we call this Wei Qi. It protects you from external influences such as cold, dryness, wind, and allergens. When this layer is strong, you can be exposed and not be affected. But when it's weak, your body starts to react. Now, here's the part that many people don't expect. A lot of seasonal allergy patients have spleen deficiency. The spleen is responsible for transforming food into qi and blood and maintaining fluid balance. So when your spleen is weak, your qi is weak. Your defensive layer weakens and fluids are not processed properly. And when fluids aren't processed, they accumulate. In TCM, we call this dampness and phlegm. And where do allergies show up most often? The nose, the sinuses, our head. In clinic, we do not treat allergies as one condition. We look at patterns. Lung qi deficiency often has symptoms such as sneezing, sensitivity to wind, getting sick easily, and a general low immunity. Spleen deficiency with dampness, which is extremely common today, has symptoms such as a runny nose with clear mucus, a heavy head, bloating, fatigue, and brain fog. This is not just allergy, but it is also a transformation issue. Wind-heat pattern is a more inflammatory presentation with red itchy eyes, yellow mucus, sore throat, and irritability. This is when heat is involved. Instead of memorizing it, let's understand it. Think of your body like it's a planet with its own ecosystem. It has its own living, breathing environment that is balanced, regulated, and self-sustaining. Now imagine this ecosystem is stable. The air is clean, the water is flowing, everything is functioning in harmony. Then suddenly something external pops in, like an unfamiliar species. Not necessarily dangerous, but foreign. If your ecosystem is strong, it adapts. There won't be any problems. But if your ecosystem is already weakened, that alien species that just entered, it may start triggering a reaction, inflammation and instability. And that is what allergy really is. It's not just something external causing a problem. It is your internal environment losing its ability to regulate. So when we treat allergies in TCM, we are not just trying to remove the trigger. We are restoring the ecosystem. We're bringing the balance back. Because when the environment stabilizes, the same triggers stop causing such strong reactions. Now let's go one step deeper. Have you ever noticed that the intensity of your allergy is different throughout the day? For many people, the symptoms are worse in the morning, when they first wake up or when they step outside. This is not random. In TCM, our body follows a rhythm. The lung system, which governs the nose and breathing, is most active in the early morning. So if your lung qi is weak, This is when symptoms shows up most. On top of that, morning is when dampness tends to accumulate. Circulation is slower, and the body is still waking up. So if your body already struggles with qi movement, fluid metabolism, you wake up feeling heavy, congested, and blocked. But then as you start moving again, things slowly improve. This is why many people say, I'm fine later during the day, but it's the worst in the morning. From a TCM perspective, this tells us that your body is not strong enough to regulate during rest. This is also why allergies are so common now. We have more processed food, more irregular eating, more stress, more indoor lifestyle, less sunlight and less movement. All of this weakens spleen, qi, and defensive function. So it's not just about why is there pollen, it is about why your body is reacting to it. I hear this all the time in clinic. Here is a fairly funny story. A patient walked in and told me, I've been sneezing non-stop. I think it's my cat. And I paused and asked, since when? Because you don't just suddenly become allergic to your cat that you have lived with for many years. So very gently, I told her, your body is not reacting to your cat. Your body is reacting because it has changed. So let's not make the cat the villain. And this shifts the question from what am I reacting to why is my body reacting now? And just to let you know, that patient, she has been sleeping very late and she loves drinking cold drinks. She always has bubble tea every single day. It's a work culture thing. And obviously she enjoys it cold. And then she came to me last year during summer. And her choice of fashion was short sleeves, bare midriff, and short pants because I understand because it's absolutely hot. But she was not doing her body a favor. None at all. And she blamed it on her cat. Poor cat. And now, of course, there are other factors that we need to think about. And I will say this clearly. If you have persistent nasal congestion, it is very important to check if there's any structural problems, such as nose polyps or a deviated septum. Because sometimes there is an anatomical component and we don't ignore that. But in many cases, we see it as an inflammation of the nasal passages. And from TCM perspective, this is often related to body constitution. So if you haven't checked that video out, go check it out. And then I have started my series on each of the body constitution so that you can understand your body and your friend's body better. So we're not choosing between systems, TCM versus modern medicine. We are combining both structure and systems. So what can you do? And let's make it practical. Strengthen your base by supporting your spleen and qi. Eat warm cooked food, such as nourishing soups and simple meals. Reduce cold drinks, cold thermal food, ice, raw food, excessive sugar, and greasy food, because these all weaken transformation of the spleen. Drinking water helps, but not just to flush out toxins. It supports fluid circulation, mucus thinning, and internal balance. But if your spleen is weak, it still comes back to the transformation problem. So water alone will not be enough. And now third one, sunlight is so important. In TCM, it supports yang qi, which drives circulation, immunity, and warmth in the body. If you are always indoors, yang weakens, and so does your defense. So I always advise 10 to 15 minutes each day helps so much. And lastly, movement is so essential. It supports qi circulation, lung function, and fluid movement. No movement leads to stagnation. Stagnation leads to accumulation, and accumulation leads to symptoms. Another interesting thing is that some people had allergies when they were a child, and later they disappear in life. What changed? Well, in TCM, a child's immunity and defensive qi is naturally weaker than adults. So as the body matures, Qi becomes stronger, the spleen becomes more stable, and the lung system becomes more regulated. And these strengthens your defensive Qi. So the same environment no longer triggers the same reactions. This is why we don't really see allergies as permanent. We see it as a reflection of your current state. And that means this is something you can improve. Here are some acupressure points that you can start pressing today to help you boost your body's defense. The first one, Zhu San Li. This acupressure point is located 4 finger width below your kneecap and 1 finger's breadth away from the shin bone. It strengthens Qi, supports digestion, and boosts immunity. Yin Xiang. This acupressure point is located next to your nostrils, in the grooves next to the nose. It helps opening your nasal passages and relieves congestion. And then the last one, Yin Tang. So this acupressure point is between your eyebrows. It helps calm the system and relieves sinus pressure. Massage each point gently for 1 to 2 minutes and do this while practicing your dantian breathing. And remember, consistency matters more than intensity. In clinic, we don't just stop the sneezing, we don't just stop the runny nose. We strengthen the spleen, support the lung, regulate Qi, and clear dampness. Because when the system improves, the reaction naturally decreases. So my darlings, seasonal allergies are not just about the seasons, they are about your system. The stronger your internal environment, the less reactive your body becomes. Your body is not trying to make your life difficult. It is trying to protect you. But sometimes it becomes overprotective simply because it's not strong enough. And this is where support matters. Healing is like tending a garden. You don't fight the wind, you strengthen the roots. So if you found this video helpful, don't just watch it. Apply one thing today. Support your system and observe the difference. If you want to truly understand your body from a TCM perspective and not just manage symptoms, then stay with me. And thank you so much for being here with me. And to all of you who have been leaving comments and sharing your stories, thank you so much too. They really mean so much to me and always reminds me why I started this channel. I wish you all good health, and good health is the ultimate fortune and the only investment with endless return. And when do we start investing? Right now.